Veterans Day. The past couple Tuesdays I've had off. My routine's been very similar, or it's been the exact same thing. So I go in 11:30, I coach a class, hang out there, 3:30, coach another class, and then drive home. And then last couple of weeks I put together like a vlog of me doing my like day in the life of like a CrossFit coach. So I kind of just show me taking my food, going out to eat, coffee shops, like what it looks like in between. So today was no different. I go on shift tomorrow, so the next couple of weeks I won't be able to work on Tuesdays. But anyways, on Tuesdays or today, same thing, woke up, worked on a few things at the house, and then went to the gym, coach 11:30, hung out, had a meeting with the owner, and just going over some stuff, going over like refining some of the like on-ramp process, things like that, and just having conversation about like the business side of things. Went back to Whole Foods, ate there, came back, and then worked out at the 3:30. So I worked out with the 3:30, coached the warm-up, coached that. But on today, the workout is Chad. So in the CrossFit world, they have hero workouts. And I mentioned this a little bit yesterday, but hero workouts symbolize like, typically it's for soldiers or people in the military that gave the ultimate sacrifice. And Chad is a little bit different because like the other hero workouts that they're named after or in memory of were for soldiers that lost their life in battle, at war, or whatever their story. They each have like a story. But Chad in particular is different because it's a story of suicide. So that's the only hero workout that is like that. And like I mentioned yesterday, it's Men's Health Month, so they have like Movember, like there's that whole mustache thing where you grow it all month and then shave it off, and it just kind of like brings men's health to light, and not just like physical health, but mental health as well. I think with that, it was just fitting to have Chad as the Veterans Day workout. So Chad workout is 1,000 box step-ups for time. They all have like a story. So on this story, his wife, when I think he served, I want to say 20 years in the service as a Marine. So he served 20 years, and just, you know, I've never been in the military, so I don't know what it's like, but I can only imagine, just because being in the fire service is paramilitary, and I mean, it's different. Yes, we see traumatic stuff and we go on scenes, but we're called to like help. And on the military side, you know, it could be hard. You know, you have like the opposing people that we're going to war with or whatever, like are trying to like kill you, right? And then you're doing the same to them, but like you both have families on each side. I don't know. That's how I think of it. And like, I just can't imagine what it's like to be put in that situation. Back to the main point. Per his wife, who started a like nonprofit to bring awareness to bring to this issue, what she said was, you know, after 20 years of service and he was in there, every time that he would prepare to go like mountaineering or go on like these big, like to conquer different mountains and hunting, or I'm not sure on those details, but I know it has something to do with like hiking and mountaineering and just conquering mountains, if you will. So he would do this training. He would do 1,000 step-ups with a pack to train for whatever it was that he had coming up. She brought that and said like she wants to bring awareness, and then the whole CrossFit model of like creating the hero workouts, and then that organization kind of combined create awareness for it. And that's where the 1,000 step-ups came from. So it's not these workouts or these hero workouts, they're not just random workouts that CrossFit.com puts together and says, hey, this is what we're going to do because it's going to be hard. There's meaning, there's significance behind each and every one of the workouts. It meant something different to me this time. I've done it in the past, but I just did it just to do it. And every hero workout's the same. You do it in memory of that person. And when it's tough, it just gives you the opportunity to be like, yeah, this is a really hard workout. And they're that way by design. But then you think about the ultimate sacrifice that somebody made for their country, right? And then hits a little bit different to think like, yeah, this sucks, but you know, this person that we're honoring gave the ultimate sacrifice. And that's where it becomes special. Today's workout, Amy posted up, or the owner posted something just like about like what it means, what this workout means to people. And when you do this workout or any of these workouts, always have somebody in mind when you're doing it, right? It could be that person, it could be somebody else. So today I wrote on my board, like, because we had to keep track, or otherwise you'd forget 1,000 step-ups. You just kind of lose track pretty easy. So on the workout board, I had Hunter Stam right across the top. So every time I look down and I mark my round, so every time I do 100 reps, I would put like a little hashtag next to it. So every time I go down and I put 100 reps, I get to see that. So I had somebody in mind, and it's just like on my mind throughout the whole thing. So I thought that was really cool to do that. I mean, it's unfortunate that it's like that, but I felt that was my way of, like, I don't know, paying respects, honoring, I don't know how to explain it. Just, I felt that it was appropriate to do that. That's what got me through the workout. So I finished all 1,000 steps. The RX version is a 45-pound rucksack. I didn't do the rucksack. I ran out of the house. I grabbed my 20-pound vest, which most other hero workouts are 20 pounds, but this one is a rucksack with 45 pounds. For me, it's not about RX and doing that. It's about the intention and like the intensity and just being there in thoughts. So when you're thinking about it and you're thinking about like men's health, and the reason for this is like the suicide, like awareness, if you will. And as I'm going, I'm just thinking about all of that is kind of going on in my mind. Like, you know, what could be so bad in somebody's mind? Fail. Hate this thing. Every time I hit bumps, it falls off. All right, where was I? So when we're doing this and I'm doing the workout and I'm thinking about, like, I mean, for this specific situation, it's for suicide awareness. And as I'm doing the workout, you get to 100, you start kind of getting warmed up. You start feeling those aches, those pains. Boredom starts setting in a little bit. It's like a monotonous, like over same repetition. You're staring at the same spot. But you start thinking about like, well, fuck, like the point of this is like, you know, for people that are in a dark place and maybe I'm not having any luck today. I had to put this light up because yesterday that was a fail. All right, so back to the story. So like whenever you're like thinking about doing the workout and you have those feelings of going like through your head, I had an hour and 8 minutes of just doing the same movements over and over and over. So when you do that, it puts you in your head for a long time, right? A whole hour and 8 minutes thinking about pains, thinking about like life, just all this stuff. And it just puts it into perspective of like, you know, these people are like what they're possibly going through, you know, and then it gives you just like, I guess, it takes away those small aches and pains because you realize like that's nothing compared to what they could be going through. And we'll never know exactly what they're going through unless you're in it, right? I mean, these are all the things that were going on in my head as I was doing the workout today. So just thinking about all that stuff, hour and 8 minutes, like I said, yeah, music, but you're just like there with your thoughts. All right, those are my thoughts today. That was kind of like how my day went. The reason why we do Chad and what Chad is all about. And then the other thing is just, you know, you get to, when you do it with a class environment, you get to like push a little bit harder. You get to see other people push. And when you explain to them like your why, and you see like you walk around as a coach and you kind of just see who they have written on their board. And then one of the guys at the 11:30 class came up to me after. He had like a list, and he felt that it was important to come to me. This is the first time I met him. He's like a newer athlete, been going for about 3 months. I haven't run into him, but he felt like the need to come up to me and just talk to me about those names on his board, and they're, you know, his stepson, his pastor, like just a lot of different stuff. And he got pretty deep, and I thought that it was cool that through fitness and this, through being there and talking about like my story of what happened, you know, the other day, he opened up and talked to me and let me know like about his family, like his stepson. All this stuff was like, it was just cool. It was cool to walk around and see that and be part of that. This is stressing me out with all of this little setup here. And again, about yesterday, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that reached out. Like, I truly do appreciate it, and I feel the love just through like all of this, and I know that, just thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.